He managed to buy something right at the bottom here and sell it at the exact top.
I think I turned maybe, just under 10 grand into about $120,000, something like that in a couple of days.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and today I'm going to be telling you about a shitcoin called AssCoin that I managed to make loads of money off. I'm going to tell you about why I regret not making more, and I'll tell you about everything that I learned from the experience. I'm not a professional trader. This is not financial advice. I am in fact an idiot. And you should do the opposite of everything I say in this video. So don't like or subscribe to the channel. So how did I do it? Will I keep doing it? And will I make enough money to quit my job?
Thing is though, if you quit your job, then I won't have anyone to film, so I'll probably lose my job.
Right, yeah, that sounds more like your problem.
I don't give a fuck about anything!
So what actually made you think that shitcoins is a good place to put your money into?
We got this friend who's like really into crypto, and he said to us like, yeah, you've got to get on PancakeSwap, got to get your MetaMask sorted and start buying these shitcoins. And he was just using all this language, and I was like, this is not something I should do.
I'm good actually.
But then a couple months went by and he had made like approaching 6 figures on a shitcoin. So then I was all in, and I was like,
Shut up and take my money!
And we started like playing around with shitcoins and like working out how to make money off them. When like all of the shitcoins were like popping, it became pretty clear early on that like the ones with the most ridiculous sounding names seemed to have the most potential to do well. So then we started looking just for shit sounding stuff, just trying to find the most ridiculous and like idiotic things to buy. That was kind of our strategy, like driven by meme culture and like what gets shared and joked about. We needed a shitcoin that was getting traded, so we looked at like the number of transactions that were happening in the last like sort of 24 hours. We looked at the market cap of the coin to give like a rough idea of the size and like the potential size, and then just like where the chart is in the cycle, like can we tell if it's at a peak or a trough kind of thing.
So what happened when you initially bought your first shitcoin?
I just bought so many in the end. The main appeal of Ass is that it's like got such great comedic value. Like people talk about like pumping coins, shilling coins, and so when you're talking about like pumping ass, like people would be on Twitter and they'll be like, someone needs to pump my ass, like right.
What happened to your ass?
Well, when I bought the peak of Ass, and then it basically just bled out.
Disgusting!
That's what we were looking for. We're looking for the most ridiculous things that would make you laugh.
Are there any other ones that made you laugh and you thought this is a good idea?
So we bought this coin called Chad token. That didn't really go anywhere. I think I did make some money on it. But then there was like Yeet, Pube, and then the one that got away was Cum Rocket. Which has got like a ticker that's just cummies. Yeah, it's just like absurd. This is the chart for Ass, and it's not a particularly unique chart. And then here's Pube that I will also show you. And you can see there's like kind of similarities. There's like peaks and then it all die. So yeah, I'll take you back to Ass because that's the main story. I actually think I'm gonna buy some more Ass today or tomorrow.
You're sick!
So I bought some Ass at this peak, and I bought some more down here to total value of maybe like $500. Yeah, this is like the day that it all kicked off. So you can see it starts like to rise, and you can also see the time on this chart, which I think is a bit ahead of British time. If you're into crypto, you know that you can actually have like a sleepless night because you could wake up and your money could have doubled. And I woke up to like go to the toilet or get a drink or something in the middle of the night. Worst mistake ever was that I checked the AssCoin. I checked how much my ass was worth.
Not much.
So yeah, it's like my 500 had turned into like 3,500 at that point. And I was like, shit, that's actually like real, quite a lot of money. I reckon it was like 4 or 5 in the morning. And I was like, fuck, I don't know what to do. That's like, there's just so much like adrenaline and like excitement about that. I couldn't really like just go back to sleep. So then I was literally like being that guy watching literally the second by second like movements to see if it would drop. And you can see there's like a big red candle. There's 2 big red candles on its way up to this enormous spike. And I like did basically shit myself and sell some money, sell some ass here. So, so I sold some of the ass, went back to sleep, got up a bit early, like went into work early. I don't think Matt had even checked his ass.
Have you checked your vitals?
Wait, how much did Matt put in?
I think like a similar amount.
Oh, okay.
At the bottom of this big spike, I had about $500. By here, I had about 3,000 and I sold about $2,000 worth. And then it mooned and what would have become, I guess, $30,000-ish was now $15,000, which I was still like completely happy with. And I wasn't really like upset about the losses at this point because it's still just like an insane situation. But I guess what really stood out in this like moment was all of the things that you read about trading being like a real emotional battle like came true. When things are going up, all you want to do is hold, and when things are going down, all you want to do is sell, because you actually got like real money on the line. It's just like complete greed and complete fear. Like whatever direction the chart's moving in, that's like how I was feeling. So at the top here, yeah, it's probably around $15,000. And then I did sell another chunk around here. My total sale was probably around £5,000. So I 10x'd my original investment of $500 over like a ridiculously short time frame. That's what the original chart looked like. And then it goes to this one. So you're always sort of living a bit in fear and greed that like it could happen again, and that my 15,000 could have become 60, 100,000, which is what happened to my friend. So after that initial day, $2,000 worth of ass I just held, because I did think like, what if this happens again? But as you can see, it hasn't happened again. The 2,000 I had has just dwindled and died. There's a big peak, like a big sort of complacency bounce, I guess is what people might call that, and then it died, and I think I sold the remainder around here. So yeah, my total sale was pretty good. And now I'm interested in ass again.
Come again.
And I can see, it feels like it's bottomed out. So the whole reason that we got into this was obviously because our friend had made a lot of money on it, and he managed to buy something right at the bottom here and sell it at the exact top, which is like skill and luck. But basically he managed to withdraw about $80,000-ish, which is just incredible off a $500 investment. So I don't know what that percentage return is, but it's pretty good. So I've managed to arrange a call with my friend, but he's in a different time zone, so the call will actually happen tomorrow. But let's cut to it now. So I've been talking to the YouTube people about AssCoin that I bought, and I only got into AssCoin because you had been buying shitcoins for a while and telling me to get into it, but I only paid attention when you had a big win with a shitcoin called Fox, I think it was called.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about Fox and then tell us about how your win with Fox set you up for a win with Ass?
I've been kind of dabbling in some of the shitcoins for a while, but I think Fox was the first one that I made kind of serious money on. Mainly because I think I got in really early. I think I got in maybe on day one, and like if you can get in that early, once they go parabolic, the returns are just ridiculous. I think on Fox I put in maybe $200 just as a kind of speculative gamble, and that turned into I think $60,000 after about a month or so. But then after that I had a lot of money to kind of play with, and so I kind of put some aside, but then kept quite a bit just as kind of play money, just to kind of keep compounding into some of these other shitcoins. And I think then you would kind of tip me off about AssCoin, but I think you had bought it at the first kind of top, and so we're kind of already in the kind of red on it. And then I kind of looked at the chart, and because they're also predictable once you kind of know the pattern. All the shitcoins kind of have the exact same kind of go parabolic immediately, then they just kind of bleed out, and then they kind of have a period of kind of accumulation, and then they'll just kind of explode again. And so I just kind of kept an eye on the chart after you told me about it. And then when it got to the point where it had just kind of pretty much had kind of flatlined and bottomed out, I put a couple of $1,000s into it. I think maybe even almost $10,000, I think, and told I think you and a couple of others to buy at this point, because that was the best chance for it to kind of to make some big gains. And then like I think even just a couple of days later it had already done gone up 10-15 times from there. I think I turned maybe just under 10 grand into about $120,000, something like that, in a couple of days.
So that's 200 essentially into 120,000 off these shitcoins.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Which is just outrageous.
So there you have it. That's how me and my friends made some money off some shitcoins. But I guess it would be sensible to talk about the learnings that we had from it and from our experience. And I think a key thing for me, there's a few key things. So like firstly, trading is like super difficult, and like trying to time the market and not get burned by like your emotions is really difficult. When you see the green candle going up, you're just like hold, like your like monkey brain is just like hold it. When you see the red one, you're just like sell it, like get rid of this now. now. So that's really hard to battle with. I guess it's just like the experience. I think like ultimately you've got to learn by doing. One thing that annoys me in like investing world and crypto world is people using the get out of jail card of like do your own research. The best way to do research is to actually take the risks and like learn and like do it and see how it feels, because you can't like just keep researching forever. Like you're only gonna know when you do it. I think another key point to take from this is to do with like upsides and downsides. So if I put $100 into a shitcoin, it could feasibly do 50 times. Then the upside is huge and the downside is only that I lose $100. When you're thinking about like risks and rewards, like people sometimes forget that the risk is limited. With these crazy things that are so volatile, the upside is effectively infinite and the downside is capped. Like you can only go to zero. Like if you're only putting in small amounts, then you can only lose small amounts. Obviously you don't want to put your like pension into this. Another really good learning was that like memes really do power a lot of crypto. So like we talked about how our strategy was to essentially find the stupidest shit that we could find. It really does work. If you're getting into crypto, don't like devalue memes. I think if you want to be in crypto, you've got to know the memes. So I've already mentioned that this isn't financial advice, but it should go without saying that you should have like a sensible financial situation before you touch any of this shit. And so like what that would look like for me personally is like having a lot of cash saved for like a worst case scenario type thing, having actual real investments into like proper responsible things. You don't want to be just lumping money into this if you don't have any money. That's just a recipe for disaster, and it would make those emotive moments like all the more pressured. If like you've got no money and this is like your literal only money is in a shitcoin, I think it's a bit, I don't know, you're gonna burn yourself probably. So if you've enjoyed hearing about this journey, in future videos we're gonna be looking at actually getting into buying some ass. I'm gonna buy some ass probably in the next couple of days and we're gonna show you it. And so if that's something you think you'd like, then like, subscribe, and it helps us know if this is actually content that you guys want to see. So thanks for watching and we'll see you soon.